Welcome to the channel that covers games that inspire you to play beyond one more save. Today we're showcasing part 2 of our Let's Play for Planet of Lana II, and we have some movie gameplay. Now let's check it out. So the first thing we see here obviously is that we can use the RB button to move Mui around and also press Y to have him complete actions. I'm not sure why Mui was someplace else, just hanging out, doing whatever he wanted to do. I'm sure Lana and Anya were wondering where he was. And now he'll approach them. I couldn't really understand the significance of this scene. It kind of gave me a little bit of a pause here. I do obviously see the planets, we see the solar system, so I do see that connection. Maybe the game is just trying to remind us that this is where Lana and everyone originally came from. And here we have our first opportunity to use Mui's special ability. It's going to be a big gameplay element as you progress through Planet of Lana II. Alright, so Mui here, we're trying to get to the top, and we want to use his special ability to power on this machine so that the platform can move. But right now that we see that it's connected to this wire, and we need to disconnect it from the wire. So at this moment, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I know I need Mui to essentially cut this wire, but my concern is that he can get electrocuted. And so I originally am holding Y because I'm thinking, oh, that's what I need to do. And this is just completely my fault because I'm just not realizing I just need to press Y, a single soft tap. And I think this is about when I start realizing, okay, this is what I need to do. And it is. Hard to see it because I had the cursor above his head, but he does bite through the wire, and now the platform moves, and now we can jump on top and keep progressing. Mui is very athletic. He will jump to spaces and areas that you probably don't think he can reach, but you'd be surprised. And of course, a video game must in 2026 is the ability to pet your little animal, your little creature. And this is what we're able to do with Mui. It doesn't really add anything in terms of gameplay, except for, those feels that everybody has and everybody wants to show some love to their little creature. Now we have to find the captain's quarters. And this is our first opportunity to really see Mui gameplay along with Lana. How we can direct him, have him follow us, have him stay. Mui's able to essentially stop this plant from moving so that this way I can use it as a platform. And then we call Mui over so that he can join us. And you can see he could jump up pretty easily. And once again, Anua can do whatever she wants. She barely needs to use any of the environment to get around because she's so small. We have Mui here, use his special ability to help keep that door going up. I just had to make sure Mui was with me. Sometimes you have to be extremely precise with Mui. You have to be standing exactly on the spot that you want Mui to be standing on when you tell him to stay. Otherwise, it would just be a few pixels off, and what you want him to do doesn't actually work. So in case you haven't noticed, Chapter 1 kind of acts as a little bit of a tutorial, even a sense of a prologue to the game. You're really learning a lot of the basic mechanics of how to use Lana, how to use Mui, how to get across the world, and really just understand all the different abilities that you have. Things do continue to get a little bit more complicated as new elements are introduced. And a lot of the time, as you watch this gameplay, my issue seems to be that I'm just not observing the world around me to realize what I need to do. Because a lot of the stuff is really right in front of you. Here I was able to recognize that, okay, I'm going to use the rope, get to the platform, then use this rope, get to that platform. A very easy process that probably took me a couple of seconds longer to figure out than it should have. A lot of the time I hesitate at ledges because I'm a little bit worried that Lana is going to fall to her death. And here we see Anua just crawling at the top, being able to avoid the dangers ahead of her. Once again, Lana does not have that privilege. So this is a puzzle that took me some time to figure out. I probably spent 5 minutes on this puzzle, and once you see me solve it, you'll see that it really should not have taken that long. I know what I'm trying to do. I'm thinking to myself, I want this spider-like creature to be pinned against the light so this way I can jump onto the platform and get to the other side. First, right here, I'm trying to figure out the mechanism, trying to see how does this puzzle work exactly. And I see that when Mui uses his power, it turns off the light. Okay, great. So now I'm thinking to myself, all I have to do is get this platform to the other side of this spider creature, and then when the light turns on, it will be afraid and it will move to the left of the screen. And this is me attempting to do that, and I'm realizing, okay, I did not give myself enough time to operate it in that way. So one of the things I'm trying to do here is trying to attract this spider creature closer to the light source. This way I can then turn off the light and get it to the right of the creature. This is me trying to do that, and I fail spectacularly. Alright, we're just going to fast forward this a bit because you're going to see I continue to do the same thing over and over again. I think this is a definition of insanity. And this is me standing here and realizing, okay, I think I figured it out now. I know what I need to do. Now I push this creature over to the right, and I think to myself, okay, what I need to do is obviously attract it to me. So I'm going to get to the top of this last rung, turn off the light, boom, it comes, and now the light will automatically turn on, and we can advance. And now I can get this creature pinned to the left, so this way I can jump on the platform and advance. Like I said, this was a 30-second puzzle. It took me 4 minutes to figure out. Alright, movie, come join us.
Tia Lana, tia Mui, tia.
Love the look of the world. Just the art style. We talked about this before. Here we're going to get to our first water puzzle. Mui does not like water. Nope, not a fan. So the first thing we're going to do is push this log, I want to call it. It's not a log, but it's essentially a canister that operates as a log so that we can stand on top of it, and then we can be able to transport him over to the other side of the water. Alright, so now we have Mui on top of a rock here, and we have a enemy at the bottom. And so we need to figure out, how do we get to the other side? Originally I did not see that there's another canister in the bottom of the water there, so I swim to the other side thinking there's got to be something here that I can use to get Mui to the other side. I think I might have even thought, oh, maybe he can jump over. But I knew that wasn't really a solution. And then I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe I can get this canister over to this side. But that didn't seem possible either. And I kind of landed on this canister being down there kind of by accident. I think just trying to see what the enemy was doing down there, I was able to realize, oh, there's something down there. I just needed the enemy to, this fish, whatever it is, to essentially look in other directions, and this way I can drag over that canister and use it as a ledge for Mui to climb on and advance to the other side. Not that difficult of a puzzle. And Mui's happy, and now we can use his special ability to open the door. And now we come across another puzzle that involves electricity. We need to help Anya and Mui get across, and eventually Lana. This is one of those situations where Anua does not have anything that she can use to advance on her own. We actually have to help her. I thought it was that simple, but of course without power, the elevator won't work. But I do remember that Mui can press buttons on his own. So all I need to do is turn the power back on, right? Should be that simple. But here's where things get a little complicated because I realize I need to get Lana across. So you kind of see me standing there, pause, because I'm thinking, how do I advance and get Lana to the other side? And that's when I realized that there's obviously a wire there that Mui needs to cut, as he did earlier in our playthrough. So we turn the power back on. We have Mui jump to that wire while we turn off the power so that Mui won't get electrocuted. He bites through the wire, and now we have a rope so that we can advance. Except I realize, oops, I need to get power back on. Waiting for the rope to get closer to me so I could use this momentum, and we've gotten across and we can advance. And as always, we ask Mui to join us. And here's Lana using that device that we had earlier when we met up with Mui. And that opens up the captain's quarters.
Maffati, inte på Malera. Att jag börjar i lantbrevbrevet och där han fattar. Ona fattar hem. Inte på Malera går. Roma.
And this is where we learned that Mui is obviously very familiar with this place, and he knows how to open the door. He's familiar with the captain. At this point, I'm thinking to myself, I haven't found the secret yet, so is there places that I haven't looked that maybe Mui can get into? And so you see me kind of moving this cursor around, trying to find if there's any areas that Mui can get to that I just kind of overlooked. And I realized there wasn't anything, and so I just continued to move through the story. So going back to my original point about secrets, funny enough, something tells me that there's something to the right. I'm not exactly sure, but it kind of looks like there's a little bit of an opening there. And so I call Mui over, really just completely by accident, because I just thought that maybe I'll need him, and I did. And here we find our first secret. And it's a piece of a map. I'm not exactly sure what this is yet, but I assume it'll come in handy in the future. Now I'm also thinking to myself, did I miss any other secrets? Because I'm kind of looking at this map and thinking there's several pieces of it that I'm missing. And if I want to construct the entire map, I obviously need those additional pieces. So did I overlook them? Was that really the first piece? I'm not really sure of the answer at this point. But I will find that in other chapters, there are other pieces of the map that I can find. And you'll see that as well. So I don't know for sure that other pieces were in the game earlier, or if the pieces are in every chapter. But we'll find out eventually. And maybe after I finish this playthrough of Planet of Lana II, we'll have a better idea, and I can see if I missed anything, and we'll try to figure out if it's important to go back and try to find those secrets. Alright, so we found a way out, and now we're reunited. Everyone's happy. We finally got out of the facility, and we can go to our village. And at this point, we are nearing the end of chapter 1. And there we have our title card, Planet of Lana II. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. It helps me make more videos like this one. And check back next time as we play beyond one more save.